What is going on, everybody? It is MrAeroHD here with our first kind of Forza 7 video. I haven't really sat down and recorded any of this yet, mostly just because I'm having a lot of fun streaming it over on Twitch. So if you guys have a Twitch account, like live streams or whatever, go check me out on Twitch. But if not, that does not mean videos are going away. Just means that there's not going to be like 8 a week like there was in my prime of Forza 6 or Horizon 3. I'm also going to try to break out into things that are more than just build videos, like try to go online and do some other stuff. I don't know, I'm still tossing series ideas around in my head. And if you guys have any, go for it in the comments. But today, we are going to be buying a car. I just want to touch on something really fast. I have built a couple cars already, such as this Maserati, which you were given if you are a VIP. Those cars will be getting videos. They're just not going to be getting full, like 20-30 minute build breakdowns, basically, where we go through and do the, you know, parts and everything. I'm just going to say, hey, this is what upgrades it has on it. This is the tune. And I'm going to take it out and review it really fast. Probably like a 10-minute video, like a little, like a BDK mini or something like that. But, no, not my garage, you fucking idiot. But for now, I'm going to be doing a car that's been on my list since I knew it would be in this game. The Toyota, got you again, the Nissan S14 KOUKI. Now, a lot of people are putting the Rocket Bunny kit on this car, and I will not be doing that, mostly just because I don't hate the Boss kit, but I am not a huge fan of it, and I prefer the car the way it is, basically. I like the KOUKI for its front end, so I don't want to get rid of that by putting the Rocket Bunny kit on it. If you like the Rocket Bunny kit, that is fine. I'm not here to say... I will pick and choose my points where I say this is a dumb upgrade. I don't know why you put this on this car. The Rocket Bunny kit is not one of those things. So yeah, let's get into tuning. All right, so everything's pretty much the same as what our normal builds would be. I'm just going to go over and show you the body kit itself. It's not horrible. Like, I don't hate it. I do like the actual kit itself. It's just the front end, to me, takes away the best part about this car, which is the front end. It looks aggressive. That's why I like it more than the other S14, which you can't get off the top of the game. You have to get it in a prize crate or something. So we'll go over engines. I'm gonna try to build it with the SR. I think it's the SR in this one. But so there's the RB, the 3.7 liter V6. I believe. I'm not sure what engine this is. It might be a VQ, but I think it's from the 370. V8 or a 4-rotor. I've been over it before. If you put a 4-rotor in a Nissan, you are a strange person, and I think you should be tested. But not that there's anything wrong with the 4-rotor, just it's a really weird engine for me in a Nissan. So let's do the cool part first and just... Alright, so there's not... I don't think there's anything new kit-wise. I think it's just all CUS stuff. That's kind of... Ooh! New wings? Hello? No. Okay. I like this wing. But this one, the border one, is also nice. The Ings one is also nice. I don't know. We'll come back to that. C West bumper. Oh, that's kind of weird though, because the front doesn't. The bumper on the front's not that big, and the bumper in the rear comes down really low. Doesn't matter. YOLO. I can't believe I just said YOLO out loud. Put that on that. Yeah, like look at this. You would expect this to come down a lot lower, and it really just changes. It's just like a lip kit. Really. I don't know. It's weird. But that's our other option, and that's not that great either. So we will remove that. I'm going to go back to wings. I like the Rocket Bunny one, actually. I'm going to go with the Ings wing. It's between the border one and the Ings one. I just like how the Ings one, where the wing plates are. It's a little bit higher, but... definitely prefer this wing. It's actually a pretty good, like, generic wing. They should take its inspiration off that from the Forza wing. So tire size, we're going to go up to 265s. Again, this is the one downfall of not using the Rocket Bunny kit, is that you will have to have small tires, but that's fine. Sport tires, because this is not going to be a super low horsepower build. If you guys want me to do low horsepower builds, let me know. I know a lot of people are into that. We actually have a couple of more than one track where you can do, like, low horsepower stuff on now, so... I'm going to throw a wheel on here. You guys don't really need to be here for the selection process, so just give me a moment. So I'm going to throw these on here, just because they're a new wheel. I'm trying to, like, I don't really know all the new wheels off the top of my head, but it's pretty basic. Excuse me. It's a pretty basic wheel. I don't like the OZF one either. That one's not my... God damn it. Not my favorite. We'll We'll go with 18s. The wheels look really small in this car for some reason. This is rear rim size. Boop, boop. 19s? 18s. It's because it says speed line on it. I'm going to paint these white. I don't like the black. You can barely see what's going on the wheel. But as far as upgrades go, nothing has really changed from any of the previous Forzas, for those who are curious. The basket system is gone, but it's a lot faster to buy parts. It's like Forza 4 almost. So they definitely cleaned up the UI there. Brakes, that's pretty standard. Race suspension, pretty standard. Look how, oh my god. That's pretty low. Holy moly. Look how, like from just sport to, pff, Jesus. Okay. So, anti-roll bars, anti-roll bars. And weight reduction brings us to 2,400 pounds. Pretty light. So, oh my god, that fitment. Forza, please. So, gonna be taking a lot of horsepower here. The plan is, if we can't get this car feeling the way I want it to with the stock engine, which I'm fairly sure it's an SR. I'm gonna swap it out for the RB, even though the RB sounds like absolute penis in this game. It sounds terrible in my opinion. A lot of the game sounds like the sounds are good on some cars, and then they're just shit on other cars. I really don't understand what happened. And there's cars that like used to sound good in other Forza games, so like I'm confused. But we're only on 265s here, so I'm thinking like around 500 horsepower should be plenty. I might go up to 550 just so we can use it on longer tracks. So we'll sport turbo and then do cams and see where we're at. 564, that should be plenty. We actually even may have to down tune that. But I'm gonna go throw a lick of paint on here because you guys don't really need to stick around for that, and then we'll get to the tune. Okay, so I know a lot of you might give me shit about running a green car, but this car actually has a lot of significance to me because one of my favorite cars in older Forza, I think Forza 3, was a green Zenki. Basically kitted out like this. I think we had a different front bumper at the time. But basically this is just an homage to that car. So yeah, I think it looks kind of cool. But I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that green's disgusting and you should end yourself. I'm like, oh, whoa, that's a rude. But, you know, I can understand why people wouldn't like it. Again, not your car. My car, not your car. But, we're going to get into the tune here. The tune should be pretty easy, to be honest. I can't imagine it's going to be very difficult to tune this car, which is why I picked it as my first sit down and build. I can also probably go over what I like and don't like about this game in the testing process. Whether I remember to do that or not is completely up to me because I'm stupid. But excuse me, still have a bit of a cough. I don't oh my god, I don't know why. Because I've been sick for like 3 weeks, and now it's just a cough. Now it's just like taunting me, like, hey man, you want to get better? Sucks to suck, idiot. Fucking keep coughing, you big dumb idiot doo-doo head. Oh my god, why? So this is the thing I've noticed too. A lot of cars, ride heights are just wonky as fuck. Like normally in older Forzas they would be matching. Like a lot of cars, and at least from what I noticed, would be matching ride heights. And in this game it's just like every front end is just dropped down, or like, I don't know, they're not even. So we're gonna try that. I don't know if it's gonna work. Ride height I think is the only thing that I've noticed in tuning that's a bit different. I found that if I raise my car up a little bit, it feels a lot better. But that could just be placebo effect. Who knows? But I found that the cars that are raised up just a touch are handling a little bit better than those that aren't. I take my brake pressure down just because of tandems. That, you know, when I'm in a tandem, I don't want to hit the brake and have my front end just grip up and spear off into the guy I'm following. Same reason why I put my brake balance back a little bit, just to try to keep that weight neutral when I'm on the brakes. You know, you do want a little bit of front brake bias because whenever you want to get in the brakes to transition the car, but not too much. So this is how you get to test drive, which is stupid. You got to go to free play, and then you sit yourself up. Let's see, we're going to Homestead. Load into the race, and then test drive is here. which is really annoying, but you can like test drive multiple cars as long as you don't mind being on the same track. But we are going to go to my favorite place to drive right now, which is Maple Valley Reverse. Laps and stuff doesn't matter. Just make sure the rain's off. All this stuff doesn't matter anyway. And then we will go to the track. All right, rolling start here, which is good. Again, we're on the reverse, not the regular forward, because I like the reverse better. SR20 powered, KOUKI S14. First time an S14's been in Forza Motorsport. Let's huck it in the corner and see how it feels. Way too early. I'm used to coming into that corner with a lot more speed. So far, the front end feels fucking terrible. Just really grabby, which I'm assuming is because of that ride height. I just want to do like 1 or 2 full laps. The gearing's good. Power is right about there. It's a little low. But this is the long part of the section. I say track. You can just run this track over and over and over again, which is another reason why I picked it. No, front end, please. Don't do this to me. Please, don't do this to me. Ugh, gross. Assist, not what I wanted. Oh, I'm stupid. I went to the race. 1 second. All right, so now we can go to tune setup. I'm gonna want to raise the rear a little bit just to see if that makes a difference. I'm gonna undo some of this. I'm gonna take down some camber. I'm trying to go slower because a lot of people complain that I build my cars too fast, but like also, you know, if I went slower, it would be a lot more awkward. It's mostly for people copying the tunes. Like, all these tunes are posted. There's no reason to copy it. And I prefer if you guys downloaded them anyway. Like, I know you probably want them to, like, customize your build on it and, like, put different wheels, different color. It's just cooler if you download it because then people see where you're getting your tunes from, and I get credit for my work. But, you know, I can't stop you. I'm not going to sit here and, like, you shouldn't do that, you big idiot. All right, changed a couple of things. I can tell you right now, it immediately feels better. I think it was all that camber in the front. This is a weird sounding engine. This doesn't sound like an SR. The SRs of old. I haven't decided if I like it yet. But definitely handling a lot better. Just, I was told that we can run more camber in this game without it really hampering the handling of the car. So I was like, all right, so I'll just run more camber, and then it never really works. Still getting my tuning style down. I think we're close because, like, you guys will see the video of that Maserati. That thing is something else. So a big entry here. We totally missed the clipping point, but it's fine. I love that corner, man. I love this complex right here. Just these 3 corners are the most fun. I could do this all day. Oh, too much gas. There's a little bump there too, so if you have your bump stiffness a little soft, it'll just be like, bye. Or a little stiff, sorry. Using that curb, you gotta be careful because it will do exactly what it did to me. And like, I'm gonna repaint this car. I was like, yeah, I'll paint it green and it'll be cool and an homage to that one car I did, and now it's just like, I hate it. I think I'm gonna do blue and gold for the wheels. Like a dark blue. Anyway. So Forza for drifting so far has been different. Obviously, those who do points drifting, I am not one of those people, but those who do points drifting can't right now because the hoppers aren't up yet. It looks like they're gonna put them up from what you can. Oh no, 265s, please. It looks like you can put them up, or they're gonna be up because of what information they have on the online right now. Excuse me. But at the moment, there is none. So it kind of sucks for those that do like points drifting and just like full track drifting. But the physics, to me, I loved them. And then I was like not sure about it. And then I loved them again. They're a little bit on the twitchy side, but like it's just going to make clean drifting and drifting on the wheel feel and look a lot more rewarding. Definitely not. Everyone's like, oh, this game's easier. I think it's more difficult than Forza 6. Again, it's not so much the fact that I think drifting's easier. I think is harder to make it look nice. I see a lot of guys drifting tracks going like, I'm so cool, but I'm like, you're twitching everywhere and getting no angle. So, you know, it's just a separation of people who can actually just drift and then people who can drift well. I think a tune really does matter in this game again. So those who don't know how to tune, I will be putting up a series that I think you guys are really going to like. I'm just making sure I have all the logistics down. It might not be out until mid to end of October, and it's going to be in several parts. For so far, just for drifting offline, this game is great. Online, buggy. It's not as bad as it was because I'm recording this after the patch, so it's not half as bad as it was. But it was pretty not good there for a couple of days. Even now, like, you have to have a friend joining your session so you can make a private session. They have tire width restrictions on single player, but not on multiplayer. What's up with that? There's a bunch of complaints that I have, like little nitpicks. But for the most part, it's a fun game. We can talk about the VIP and but like just as a drifting game, and I think I'm gonna put out a Tabernacle. We're gonna put out a standalone drift review, just of the drifting and the physics and how it feels. Pretty good. I think this is the best Forza for drifting. Oh no, on Xbox One. I don't think it's the best Forza for drifting. Full stop. I still think that Forza 4 has that title, but only because that had public lobbies and that. But this is a very, very close second, I think. It looks fantastic. The sounds are great when the sounds feel like being great. And you know, don't ask me if you think I think you should buy it, because I don't think I'm at that point of put the time into it yet. I don't like reviewing a game like a week into it, because even then I still find things I like and I don't. Oh my god, that I like and I don't like about it. I think I need a little more camber. The front end's just a little bit too unstable now. So I put a little bit of camber, more negative camber, and then one more negative toe just to try to settle the car down all the way around. Yeah, let's try that. Next thing I'm going to do is maybe caster, and then if caster doesn't work, we're back to the ride heights. Because I think everything else I changed wouldn't affect that too much. But I like this track. This track is so much fun. This is my favorite drift track. Always has been. It's always been my top 3. I don't think it's my favorite track. I still think that is Copperhead or Boomslang. I forget what it's called. It was the in Forza 3 where you could basically drift the whole way around, and there was like a little jump drift, and there's one part where you have to hang your rear tires off onto the curb to make it work. It was tiny, it was small. The only thing it was missing was a pit lane, and then it would have been perfect. I also hate how they took the pit wall out of this track. They took... Oh, that was just because I was on the grass. I do think the setup's better. We're going to go to another track here, of course. But they took the outside pit wall out on this track, and I understand why they did it. They had to move the pits to accommodate more cars, I suppose. But coming out of this corner and running the wall was like one of my favorite things to do. So I'm a little disappointed, but you know, it is what it is. That's a minor complaint, like very minor. It's not like, turn 10, fix it, you fucking assholes. Like, but I would adore if that would be something to come back, but I'm not gonna whine about it. It also makes pin entry a little bit better, to be honest, so I think it's better this way for the general public. Ooh, that was... I almost went off. That was close. And then I goofed it up again. But I think we're going to go to Dubai here just to show off another new track, because that track is one that is going to be the sleeper hit of those online points lobbies guys. The guys that really liked Kaido back in the day. But yeah, I think the setup's pretty well dialed. There are some little things that I think I can change, but for the most part, I think it's just getting used to the car. Good with the engine's good. Just got to keep it revving. But yeah, let's go to Dubai. Okay, so we are here at Dubai. You will notice it is not the full track, which is ass. Well, it's not ass, but it's not as good as the mountain reverse. and we'll show you here. I haven't changed anything about the car. This track is a bit more difficult, just because there is a downhill section. But there is a lot of different corners on this track, so this is another good setup testing track, in my opinion, if you don't want to do sections. Section-wise, Silverstone, I think, is obviously one of the best just because it's very neutral. It's also a very good track to learn on if you're not good, but this is cool. Little, I don't think it's oh god. It's a jump drift if you're going fast. That was not going fast, so. Maji down there. Low angle, high speed corner here, so it's kind of Bernese Alpsy. And before you guys are like, ew, I hate Bernese Alps, because I also hate Bernese Alps. Cool outer zone here, unless you don't want to run it and lose your wing. Understandable, have a good day. It's just like the beginning part of Kaido, I think. There's a part in Kaido where it's very high speed. And then everything changes after this hairpin here, I believe. So there's pew pew. Yeah, no one cares. There's hairpin on the cobbles. Same amount of grip as everywhere else. I'm not using friction assist, just it's modeled the same as tarmac. This reminds me a lot of New York. Oh god. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Reminds me a lot of New York coming through there just because it's a long sweeper, a long hairpin. And then here comes the cool part. This is my favorite part. Just huck it. This is Kaido right here. This is, it's wider. Like, there's not by much, I think, but this is wider. But I get some Kaido vibes from this. 3 hairpins, nice long section, throw a big angle. You can ride the walls if you want to, which is what I tried to do and then got there really late. Unfortunately, the track is kind of small in comparison with the Kaido. If you only want to do that section, it's not, oh god, it's not very big. Can you tell I don't know my way around here yet that well? But I really like this track. It's probably the best full track in the game. At least it's in close comparison with Maple Valley. But I'm gonna try moving that back to there and moving that to there. So we have, that's normally what I do. I usually have my front end a little bit higher than the rear end, but I don't know if Forza like takes that into account because the car is already set up with the front basically slammed and the back up really high. Oh wait, no, was I lying? Is that the exact opposite? Yeah, it's the front's really low and the back's really high up. So to get them even, I have to run a bunch of ride height in the front. I don't know if they take that into account or just make it think that I have a really high front ride height. So I'm still learning that. Again, not quite sure why they did that, but you know, too late now. Well, I can tell you for this car that it definitely helped. It's way better. Even from the first corner, the front end doesn't feel as skittish, not as nervous, which was the main problem with the previous setup. It does swing a little bit heavy, but we can add some caster and fix that problem. Or some toe. Either way, that's down to the alignment now. The chassis, I think, is set up fairly well. I'll try to keep it on the track this time. I don't think it's an off track out there, but you know. See if we can say hi to our wing. Hello, friend. Couple little cheeky wall taps. Oh, curb kind of unsettled us there. So these are more so your traditional, like, high-speed drifting corners, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't think you can do as cool stuff for high speed. You can't run backwards entries in high angle unless you're using stupid tunes, where you basically go 5 miles an hour, which is my opinion. I know a lot of people, when I say I hate Bernese Alps, are like, you what? You small dick, rotund fuck beast. And I'm like, no, listen, this, like, it's not fun for me. At least in these slow corners, it's a bit more of a challenge to balance your power. You can throw a bigger angle because it doesn't matter if you lose drop speed. E-brake there. I entered way too early. My line is trash through here. Oh. I kicked the clutch when I shouldn't have kicked the clutch. So the car doesn't pull a lot of angle. At least to me. Like it does, but I think it's just a little bit too rough in the inner zone. No, I wanted to hit the wall, but not that hard. This thing is such a missile, man. I know it's got like 500 something horsepower. And it definitely looks a lot better with the wing off. The wing was a mistake. So I'm going to take the wing off. But I think that I overdrove that corner like I do every time. But I think we're going to do one more lap. And this car's done. Still learning the format of these videos, guys, because I know I used to do them post-commentary. Which I think was getting really old. Especially where there was cars like this, where just they were good. And there wasn't a whole lot I had to say about them. So I had to sit there and talk about a tune for like 6 minutes. And I'd end up repeating myself a lot. And just, I don't think they worked out very well. And they weren't very fun to make anymore. At least now it's, you guys actually get to learn why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm like, hey, I changed the caster because of this. And like, especially with the old videos too, if the tune sucked, then I was like, well, I can't change it because that's the whole thing of like going online without testing the tune. But at least now, when online does come back, I think what we're going to do is tune the car and then take it online and see how it does. But, or we might just stay doing this because I also enjoy this. I didn't run the wall this time. Oh, I got the wing again. Sorry, friend. But yeah, I think it's good. You just have to kind of get used to the front end. It's a very neutral setup in terms of other cars that I've driven. I definitely don't regret not having the Rocket Bunny. The front end does kind of get away from you sometimes, but that's just the unfortunate issue of only having 265s on the back. If we have a 285, we'd be all right, but I really don't want to put on... I like the front end of this car way too much to run that that Rocket Bunny kit. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Again, just I like the car the way that it looks like this. I like it this way. Let's see if we can throw a decent line through here, because I don't think I've done that yet. Out and in. Come on, clutch. A little bit too much clutch. Hard transition. And again, I gotta see if I can remember to drop some speed through here. Lose some speed through there. And then over-rotate on the last corner. But, yeah, if you guys want to download this setup, it is just under my gamertag, Aerodynamic. But, thanks a lot for watching. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. So, if you guys are avid watchers, I really would like to see some feedback in the comments. If you don't mind, just let me know how my commentary was. And I got to get back into video making because I really have been leaving you YouTube guys out to dry. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, download the tune if you want it. And, yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good day. Peace.